Hi everybody, Kathy Tooley, CEO Tools for Success. Are you trying to get parents more involved in your school and it just doesn't seem to be working? Do you know statistics show that once students leave elementary, parents are 63% less likely to be participative in their school's events other than sporting or extracurricular thereafter? But why? There's 4 reasons. First one is the event lasts too long. We live in a quick society, right? Lasts too long. If you have an event lasting much more than an hour, they're done. People don't have 2, 3, 4 hours to give to your event. You want to have a parent meeting? Keep it to about 50 minutes and 10 minutes for questioning, and they'll come. Short. Second one is they don't understand. We pontificate as educators. So we speak in things that either aren't important to them right now or are above their head for understanding. No disrespect to any parent listening. We throw acronyms and we throw educational jargon out there that is not at all in their wheelhouse. And so now it's too long and they're bored. Or they feel, maybe bored isn't even the right word. They feel being absolutely condescended. Like we're condescending. I remember in my principal days, we would have a freshman parent meeting and a sophomore. Remember, I was a principal at a high school. And when we would have a freshman parent meeting, the guidance counselors, first time I ever saw them do it, went through the 4-year plan. Do you think a freshman parent cares about the 4-year plan? I mean, some do, and they've already read it. But most freshman parents, especially if it's their first freshman, they're scared. This high school is a big, scary place. And they know that they have 4 years to get a graduation diploma, and there's hundreds of different diplomas. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Do you know what a freshman parent needs to know about? Their freshman year. And then we'll have one in the spring and get them ready for sophomore year. So what I told my guidance counselors when I met with them after the very first time observing them, doing a meeting, and I said, stop telling people what they don't need to know. Those that want to know more, great. Those that want to have a perfectly mapped out 4-year plan for their stellar student, groovy. That's cool. But for those that are just trying to get through today, tell them what they need to know only. So we always started our fall freshman parent meeting with the top 5 things you could do to make your freshman successful. That's it. That's all they need to know. They got your back. The third reason, you're going to laugh when I say this, but it's so true. You got to have refreshments. I know it's silly, but don't forget, most parents are coming to your meeting after having worked all day. They might have had time to grab a burger, but if you could have a cookie or something to drink or some popcorn or some anything, because some didn't even have a chance to stop through the McDonald's drive-thru. They've come straight work from an 8-hour day to you. So just some light refreshments. And then the last thing, I know this is going to shock you, but I'm telling you, it works. It needs to be fun. It needs to be engaging. So I would always ask my freshman parents to, as they came in, I had a whiteboard, and I would say, what do you really need to know tonight? And so I would go to those questions. Some walked right by my whiteboard and didn't answer it, but a lot did, and I made sure I addressed those. We would do a snowball activity where I had sometimes a few stand in a group and throw a question in, and I would pick it up and answer it. And they were always really honest questions that they didn't feel comfortable sharing. Sometimes I would get a question like, how am I sure my freshman daughter's not going to be bullied? Because they care about that daughter. They love that daughter. And high school for some is a big, scary place, especially in some of the large high schools that I was principal. So make it fun. Do a door prize. Do something for somebody that arrives early. The silliest of things. You give away a $10 t-shirt. Makes all the difference in the world. So those are my top 4 reasons. Got them? First and foremost is keep your events short. Don't pontificate or speak over their heads. I'm not meaning that I'm telling you to speak to anyone as if they're stupid, because they're not. But watch our education jargon, words that they don't know. Have some kind of snack and make it fun. If you don't know fun activities, just Google a fun activity or an icebreaker. Now stay away from icebreakers, but do you know what I mean? Something fun, something that engages the audience. Those 4 things will really change your parent event. And then a bonus to that is communicate. You cannot send enough emails, texts, or Facebook messages about it. There's no such thing. I loved it when my parents came through the door and said, oh my gosh, I must have received 600 notices about this. If you didn't know this event was happening, you were living under a rock. They might have said it tongue in cheek. I smiled. I smiled because I don't want anyone to not be at a critical meeting like that because they didn't know. Helpful? Good. Don't forget to like, follow, share. Don't forget to follow us in future videos that we will have. And thank you as always for being a part of the journey. Have a great day.